All right, we're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. FindYourFX.com and Bulletproof traders are in the house. Today's Wednesday, and we have our market situation update. I want to talk about the Trump coin today, guys. It's super interesting. We all heard about this meme coin that really took the world by surprise. And I want to touch base, take a close look on the technical situation, but also tie it up to the Solana. Reason B, the Trump coin is operating on the Solana network, which is why we saw the Solana skyrocketing. At the same time, where the market was kind of stagnating, was kind of choppy a little bit. Some coins were actually on the back foot, but not the Solana. Solana was explosive, and the main catalyst for that bullish momentum on the Solana was the Trump coin. And this is interesting because the Trump coin was launched just about a week ago, I want to say, right around the 18th of January. Not even a week, right? And obviously it started off, zero, right? It started when it was launched, it was at zero. And very, very quickly, we're talking about hours, right? This is a 1 hour chart, guys. We don't have more history than that because it was launched just a few days ago. But take a look at the behavior of that meme coin as it was launched from 0 to 100, as they say, in very, very, relatively speaking, very, very short period of time. In fact, highest high was almost 90, right? Almost 90, and that literally happened within 24 hours. That's unbelievable. We're talking about thousands and thousands of, return percent, as far as return go. But also from that point when it peaked and reached that 80, almost 90 level, it got slashed by half, right? From the levels of 80 or 90 all the way to 30. So that's even 60% of loss in value, again, in a very short period of time. Now, I don't think that's, obviously hitting that 30, we saw price action started to stabilize. In fact, it started to recover. Started to recover back to the levels of 45 roughly, and then another drop to the levels of 40, and ever since then it's very stagnant. It's trading in a very, very narrow range, very, very narrow range over the last day or two. But I also see a lot of upside potential here because price action went straight to that 3107 level that you see right here on the bottom. And that level is a significant support key level that we've been placing here when price action started to kind of stabilize after the big drop from 80 to, around 40, I would say. There was a big 50% drop in a single hour, right? And ever since then, I think price action is starting to stabilize itself in a relatively wide range. And the fact that it couldn't break below 3107, that was sitting right here waiting for price action. But you can see what happened. Price action was literally acknowledging that level, right? And starting to turn around right after. So I think that was the bottom, right? There was a big technical correction. You can call it the classic Elliott wave ABC. And now I feel like price action has a lot of upside potential rather than downside potential. Nevertheless, I want to keep my eyes, we all want to keep our eyes on 43.74 level. That was, it was breached very briefly for a couple of hours, but clearly price action couldn't really sustain that breakout. And ever since then, we're talking about the last probably 12 hours or so, it's been testing that level from below, coming back up at it, trying to break through. So far, unsuccessful. Nevertheless, doesn't mean it's not going to be successful eventually. So now we can see how 43.74 is putting up a serious resistance to price action, right? We saw the first attempt to cross over and then the second one right here. And I think we're approaching to the third attempt to break through. This actually might be successful. Looking at the Solana, I can see the correlation between these two, and the Solana is moving up, and we actually just closed a profitable position on the Solana because it just hit our target and a key level resistance. I'm gonna go and talk about the Solana in a minute, but before we do so, again, 43.74 is our trigger level. Once price action starts to cross over and base itself above that level, there's a quick almost 30% of potential return straight to 58. It's actually 57.90. That's another very significant key level resistance that we're probably going to use as a target. All right, let's go right ahead now and take a look at the Solana. I want to link these two situations because they're so positively correlated. All right, here we are, Solana. Take a look at this, guys. We just took off. We just closed a bullish position on the Solana. It just hit our target, which was 264.5. Now, this is a serious resistance level. I'm not sure price action will be able to continue beyond that point. We saw what happened a couple of days ago, and even before, 3 days ago, a huge pullback off of not just 264.54, I have to admit, also 285, that's a big one. That was the big pullback 3 days ago. But a couple of days ago, a pullback off of 264.50, and it basically trades in a very tight range right now, dominated by the short-term cycle, right? This one started off around the launch of Trump coin, right? 18th of January again. And ever since the launch, you can see what happened to the Solana. It was skyrocketing, right? All the way to the top level of coming almost 295. It literally touched base with 295, and then the drop. Very similar to the situation with the Solana. Remember, we talked about, with the Trump coin. We talked about that technical Elliott wave, classic Elliott wave technical A, B, C correction. The only difference is the Trump coin is still stuck, right? And haven't broken through yet, haven't broken out yet, where the Solana seems to be on the breakout right now as we speak. So this would probably use as a catapult to push Trump coin back up, right? When the Trump coin is moving, oh boy, it's moving, right? It's going to be exploding. So if the Solana is indicating positive momentum right now, I think the Trump coin may be just lagging behind. So that's very interesting situation, guys. We will come back to that, follow up, keep you posted. Obviously, we want to make sure we analyze these two at the same time to gain confidence from one another. Both of them supposed to support one another. So if the technical premise is positive, it's going to be positive for both, and we can take advantage of that as we usually like to do. That's about that for this video, guys. We're going to be seeing you in the next one. So take care.